Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because this is one that literally every time we take a trip, I want to film this video and just have yet to get around to it. So today's going to be a pack with me, but also sort of like a rundown of my favorite travel products, like my must-haves, how I pack efficiently and organized for both us and our kids, or for me and the kids at least, when we travel. We're getting ready to go on a trip tomorrow and we'll be gone for a week. So this is sort of like my staple routine and must-haves for traveling with kids, but also for the mamas and just for anybody really. There's just general tips and tricks. So let's get into it. So I have my suitcase here. One thing I will say is that the suitcase I'm using, I wish I could hold it up because it's huge, but it's amazing, is by Base. So Base Travel is like my absolute favorite line for items. It's Shay Mitchell's travel line. I actually, a while ago, I filmed like a whole video of all of my whole Base collection because I have so much of it. She also makes the backpack that is like my go-to travel backpack, which I'll talk about in a second. If you're interested in seeing that video, let me know because like I said, I did film it a long time ago and just never edited it and put it together, but I could do that if you'd like to see. The suitcase though is the one that I always use because it is super organized. It also has like a little tracker to tell you if it's overweight. For me, I am like a chronic overpacker, so my goal is always to just try and stay super organized and pack as lightly and realistically as I can, because I tend to be like a more is more kind of person, especially in the suitcase department. But I love these luggage pieces. They are a little bit of a splurge for me, but they're not quite as expensive as some other brands. So I don't know, if you're in the market for a good suitcase and you want to invest in a quality one, I would definitely recommend the Base suitcase. They also sell covers for them if you want to make sure they are protected and stuff like that. So that's the suitcase that I always use. The way we pack is that we tend to have Jordan, or dad, pack his own bag with all of his own items because he is very much like a day of, few hours before our flight leaves kind of packer. He'll be doing laundry tonight and tomorrow before we fly out tomorrow evening, I'm sure. But for me, I always pack all of my stuff and all of the kids' things in one suitcase so that we can use one big luggage for me and the kids. The very first staple like packing item that I have to recommend are packing cubes. If you are traveling anywhere, packing cubes are a must. They keep your suitcase super organized, and especially if you have kids or you are sharing a suitcase with somebody like I am, this is the way to go. I just get sets on Amazon. It's a very small detail, but I really prefer the ones that have these little straps because they just keep everything nice and tight and organized. And when you go to unpack them, I find that they are much more practical for keeping things as you pack them, versus if it's a big open packing cube, sometimes things move around, or it's a very minor detail, but it's the little things that I appreciate, you know? So anyways, packing cubes are a must. The way I do them is that I will pack each kid's outfits for the entire week in one packing cube. For example, this is Christian's, or this is Arlo's. So this is Arlo's packing cube. So all of his outfits, extra clothes, whatever, are in one cube. I have all of Christian's clothes in another packing cube. So they each get their own packing cube for all day, and then I do one cube that's just their pajamas and underwear in there. So when we go to do bath time at night, they do everything together. So we are getting them dressed for nighttime, putting their PJs on always together in the evenings, even when we travel. So I just like to have all their PJs in one place, but then during the week I keep their things stored separately. It works out too as we are sharing one big suitcase because I tend to take like half of the suitcase myself and then the boys take another half, so it works that way. Like I said, then for me, I use packing cubes as well, but I tend to separate my things a little differently. I'll do like one for undies, socks, whatever, just so it's all in one place. You never want to lose those when you're traveling. I do one packing cube that's just like my cute outfits or like planned outfits, things that I want to, I don't know, put together, I guess. And then I do one that is more like loungy workout clothes. All my athletic wear and lounge wear is in a second one. So like I said, it just keeps it very organized for, depending on what you're getting dressed for or what your plans are that day, you know where in your suitcase to go. And then for us, luckily, I mean, we're going to our own house in Ohio, so we have a big closet there and I keep a lot of toiletries there. I have like a hairbrush and a blow dryer and curling iron and body wash, shampoo and conditioner, razor, all that stuff I already have there, so I don't have to pack it, which is nice. And then once we get there, I will hang up all my clothes. And I also keep a steamer at our other place, but if you don't have a steamer within reach, or if you're not going to a place where you store things like that, I would highly recommend packing a steamer as well, because as you can see, these things are going to be quite wrinkly potentially when you take them out. Also, I know people are going to be watching this and will tell me that if you roll your clothes, they will not take up as much space in your suitcase. You can also use some of those space saver like vacuum sealed bags while you're packing if you want to, although for those they can tend to make your bags overweight because you're able to pack more with things like that. Rolling your clothes definitely will help save space in your suitcase, so you can pack more if you'd like to, but Mama did not have time today, so I threw my piles of pre-planned things in these and I'm good to go. Speaking of pre-planned outfits, something I like to do before we travel is lay out all of our outfits. I'm not like crazy with it, but the reason I like to do it, not to have everything meticulously planned, like we definitely are go with the flow kind of family. However, as I mentioned, I do tend to overpack, and I found that if I lay out my outfits in advance, or at least the number of outfits I'm planning on bringing, it gives me a visual for how much I'm packing. And personally, like for example, when I did that before this trip, I found that I had 11 like cutesy going out outfits, 11 set aside. And we're only gone for 7 days, so I definitely didn't need that many. So I was able to put a few away and only pack a more reasonable amount. I definitely have some extras and some spare like comfy clothes, you know, because mom life is messy. However, it helps be a little bit more realistic with my packing expectations. I do that with the boys too, just so I can make sure that I'm covered and that I'm bringing enough clothes for each of them and enough clothes for accidents or for changes, things like that. So if you lay them out and kind of pre-plan just a little bit, it will help give you that visual you need to pack realistically. All right, so let's talk about carry-on bags or slash like backpacks, I guess, because I mentioned that I use this base backpack. This is my go-to travel bag, and it has been for years. This is actually the second one I've gone through because the other one I carried for several years until the zipper broke, and they generously replaced it for me. I love this backpack because it is just like a good carry-all for everything. It actually opens up into somewhat of a mini suitcase itself. I still need to pack this for our trip tomorrow, but in here it has one of these straps inside, so if you wanted to use it as a carry-on bag, you could. For me, I like to be able to access everything in there. However, if I'm packing like cameras or electronics, iPads, stuff like that, this strap is also still really handy because it keeps things contained. But then just showing you guys my panty liners that are up there, that's awesome. But in here, these bags are great to use this as a diaper bag while traveling. I tend to keep wet wipes in this bottom one because it is plastic lined, and then anything that I need to easily have access to, like panty liners or tissues, snacks for the kids, stuff like that, I keep in this mesh pocket up here. The front also has a very large storage compartment up here too, so as you can tell, I keep a ton of junk in there for when we're traveling. This is not like a sponsored backpack review video. I just love this thing so much, and it is a big part of our travel routine. They have a bunch of colors in it too. So I just feel like this is a great travel bag overall. And then the sides have like 2 water bottle holders. These will fit bottled water you can get at the airport or bottled water that you're bringing for yourself. I tend to put the kids' water bottles in these so that I have easy access to those, and it's the kind of thing that they don't want to carry themselves. And then the last thing about this backpack too, it also has a zipper padded compartment back here, so I'll put my laptop in that sleeve. That way my laptop's always with me. And then all of her bags have these like luggage sleeves too, so I can just put this right on top of my suitcase as we're strolling it through the airport. So like, this thing really is a big lifesaver. I pack everything in here for me to carry. It does get kind of heavy that way, but then Jordan will tend to take over and carry it through the airport, so can't complain about that. So in this bag, for me at least, or for our family I should say, as you can tell, I have a couple things in here already, but I definitely still need to finish packing it. I keep like a little changing mat because, you know, if you need to change or you have any accidents, I feel like the airport changing tables are just kind of icky. However, now that we are potty training Arlo, which I'll have to give an update on soon, I don't know if we'll actually use this. I might take this out. Instead, what I have for him is this little travel potty. This thing is so great because look like how compact it is. This can easily fit in my backpack, but it's actually like a little potty training toilet seat cover. They have a couple different colors of these too, and then it folds in half and makes it super compact. It has like little suction cups on the back too. I don't know if you can see it because it's so bright in here, but sometimes I struggle with or I don't, but my kids struggle with these like potty training lids because they slip around a lot or they don't feel secure. So I really appreciate that this one has the little suction cups on it. And then it comes in this handy little bag too. So I was super excited. Like I said, it's the little things. I was super excited about this one. So that is going in my backpack. I also keep these little headphones in there. We actually got these the last time we flew. We flew on JetBlue and they play movies for you and you have to buy them, I think. But we bought little headphones for the kids because the worst thing is when there's a TV on the plane and they cannot hear it and you don't have headphones. You have to ask for them or you can't flag someone down. The key to traveling with kids is you want to be as prepared as possible to have every single thing that they might ask you for so that you don't have to wait on anyone for anything. That's like life hack. That's the secret to all of it. Just have everything at your disposal. Headphones are one of those things. So we bought these from an airline and they're just perfect to keep in the bag going forward. I also keep changes of clothes in here. Like I said, we are potty training Arlo right now, so undies, bottoms, all of that. Even for Christian, I like to pack a spare set of clothes because if something happens, you don't want to be going through an airport or dealing with a rental car while your kid is like in desperate need of an outfit change or an underwear change. So extra clothes always go in my like carry-on book bag. Easy little toys like this thing. I don't even know where we got this, like McDonald's or something, but the little things like this that will fit in your bag, that's going to be the key to entertainment. Sometimes I will even go and pick up like tiny little toys, like the little like Paw Patrol figurines or little mini dinosaurs, something like that, something they haven't seen before, and I'll pack brand new toys in the book bag so that when they start melting down and shit hits the fan on the plane or shit hits the roof, whatever, I can pull out those brand new little toys and it's like a moment of peace for them. Clearly that's not for everybody, but that's something I do. Little coloring books, sticker packs, things like that are also helpful. However, my kids are the kind to color and have colored on the back of the seat in front of them, so that's why I don't have any on me right now. But when all else fails, handy dandy iPad. You just can't go wrong with it. So we do have a couple of these. We have one for each kid, but I only bring one because we only ever end up needing one. I actually get asked about this iPad case quite a bit. This is just from Amazon, but it's a great travel case. It's great for toddlers who throw things. It has like a little strap and a bigger strap if they want to carry it themselves. And what I like is that it has this hand strap back here so you can slip your hand in it and adjust it and like hold it like that, and then you can turn it while you're holding it so you can get a good angle. It also has like a little kickstand if you want to prop it up for them. So this is just like a good, very handy, very sturdy iPad case. I'll have all of this linked down below if you're interested, but the iPad is definitely something that goes in there just in case, you know, because it'll be needed. The boys also though will carry their own bags. So I recently got Christian this one. I got this at Target. It's so cute. This is like pretty big for him, but I still think it will be a good travel bag just to carry on because it can fit some of his toys in it. It also has like a little sleeve in the back, so I put a couple books back here for him. I don't want to make it too heavy because then he won't want to carry it, but what he really likes to have in his backpack when we're flying is like 2 of his trusted go-to toys. My kids each have like a little stuffed monkey toy. We'll probably put one of those in each of their backpacks. And then of course, snacks. Snacks are the key to easy traveling with kids. What we tend to do is pack some of their favorite go-to snacks, little easy things like this. We'll pack those in their backpack and then we'll get snacks immediately in the airport. We also will pack water bottles for each of them. I don't tend to bring my own because I'll just buy one in the airport or you know, I'll have one waiting for me, like I said. But for the kids, they will get very, very thirsty while we're traveling, and they will want water, like I said, like right now. Like they don't want to wait for it. So we always bring water bottles, and we bring them empty. That way we can just fill them as soon as we get through security. Every security checkpoint, I feel like, is kind of different with the rules. Like some have let me through with water in the kids' bottles in the past, and some make me dump it. So it just totally depends. For me, I don't want anything slowing us down when we're going through security or going through the airport with the kids. So I like to just have an empty water bottle in the backpack, and then we fill it up once we get through. Anyway, so this is Christian's cute little backpack, and then I actually have a miniature one that used to be his that Arlo will be carrying this time, but last time he carried a really adorable little Stegosaurus one, and they just had a blast. They loved having backpacks while traveling. It was the first time they've actually wanted that. So I don't know if it's like a certain age your kids have to hit or just like interest level, but it definitely made the process like more fun for us, and they really liked having ownership of like carrying their favorite things. Like I said, if you bring a couple of their favorite toys, maybe save a couple little new ones, that'll do the trick, but then bring like the staple ones, because that just gives them comfort while they're navigating this crazy, scary big airport with you, right? Although we're taking a red eye, so like, please, I hope they just sleep. Could also bring a stuffed animal and whatnot. A couple last things that help me in terms of packing are a makeup carrying case. I have a couple bigger ones of these that I think I've shown in previous videos. I also have the base makeup case, but they end up being really big and really heavy in your luggage. Like whenever my luggage is overweight and I have to move things out to make it lighter, it's always my makeup case, my toiletries, and shoes that weigh the most, and jeans after that. But makeup, surprisingly, will add a lot of poundage to your suitcase. So I like to go for a case like this that's a little more practical. I got this one at Target a long time ago, but I'm sure they have similar ones. It's nice because it holds my brushes, and then I try to use only like travel size smaller products. You know how you end up getting so many little sample size products or travel size from Sephora, or samples that come with your order? I don't even know. I use those while traveling because it will help with the overall weight and the size of the makeup case I'm bringing. But in general, a little organizer like this makes a big difference as long as it's a practical size. And then similarly, I found this cute one at Target for jewelry. I love a good jewelry organizer because it will make sure your things don't get tangled, keep it nice and simple. I still have to pack this and put it together, but this one is new from Bright Room this year. It was like 10 bucks, and it has space for bracelets, rings, earrings, everything like that. I do tend to keep a lot of jewelry with me, and I don't want to travel without it, but I want to make sure I'm taking care of it while we're gone. So I just like a simple little thing like that. Like I said, I also have the base jewelry organizer. That one is gorgeous, but it is pretty big. And so this one is a little bit smaller. Then for reading material, back in the day, I used to love buying magazines at the airport, but nowadays I'm a book gal. So I like to bring a couple books. I'm sure a lot of you guys have read both of these already, but I have not. So I'm excited to read these, and I am bringing both of them on our trip. But I have made the mistake of traveling with books and then they get ruined, even when you think you're taking care of them and they're in your backpack and they're in a safe like pocket and all that thing, they just get ruined. And so this time I got this thing that's called Book Sack. I just found this on Amazon, but I know Instagram has like a ton of smaller businesses that sell them as well. This will be able to go in my carry-on book bag, but keep the books nice and safe in here. And there's also like a pocket in the front. So I thought that was so neat and will be so helpful because I don't want to give up reading while I'm gone. I am the type of reader that tends to have, like, I like having a hard copy of a book. So I'm really glad I'll have this little book sack thing. This, my iPad's just falling over. This will be going in my backpack, making it quite literally a book bag. However, I can't lie, I'm also a Kindle kind of girl. So I like to read Kindle on my phone. You know, there's certain kinds of books you just only want to read on Kindle. If you know, if you know, you know. And so I got this case. It took me forever to find a good Kindle case that I liked, but I recently found this one, and it's this really simple, like, I open it up and this is, I haven't even read this book. I don't even know what it is, but this is what Kindle is advertising to me. So like I said, there's certain things you just you just want to read on Kindle. I guess I'll have to go back to that one later. But this one I love because it's a neutral like brown color, and the Kindle itself fits really nice and slim in here, but it has like a magnetic closure, so it keeps it nice and sleek. But what I really love about this one is that it has a handle here that lets you hold it, similar to the iPad case, no matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. So for me, I'm right-handed, and I like to hold my Kindle with my right hand because my hands, as I'm sure you've noticed, my hands are pretty shaky, and if I hold it with my left hand, I like won't be able to read it. So I like to be able to hold it with my right hand, and all the Kindle holders that I liked, or all the Kindle cases, were like only with the strap on the left-hand side. Like I said, it's a very minor detail, but to me it made the biggest difference. So I like that this case, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it will help you. And then it also has a little kickstand if you're like in the tub or wherever and you want to prop it up. So I'll be bringing my Kindle with me as well, just to have options, you know, and I just love this case so much. So that's gonna go in here too. A couple of other things I forgot to mention. So all of the base luggage comes with these like reusable laundry bags too. They all have cute little sayings on them. But even if you don't get something like that in your luggage, I would highly recommend keeping a bag like this in your suitcase, because the worst is when you have laundry accumulating while you're gone and you have to try and find shopping bags and stuff like that to use. So a handy dandy little laundry bag is super helpful. And then another tip I forgot to mention are packable hats. So you guys know me, I love my wide brim hats, and this one, and there's a couple others that I've shown in the past on this channel. They're great for packing because you can squish them down and like quite literally like be really aggressive with it if you want to. And even if it gets crushed a little bit, it just like pops back up to exactly the same shape it was before. So if you are wanting to bring accessories like this while you're traveling, look for the packable ones because it makes a big difference with maintaining the shape while you're on the road. Whew. All right, so I know this video is getting a little bit long, and I'm sure there are other tips that I forgot as well too. If you guys have any questions or would like advice on anything, let me know. With 2 kids and a house across the country, I feel like we have gotten very comfortable with traveling with children and just trying to be efficient with it in general. If you are traveling with kids, my biggest pieces of advice are just entertainment, snacks, water, and good luck. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new here, I would love if you subscribed to join my YouTube family, and keep an eye out for another one very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.